postman came today, so now I've got all this rubbish. No tools, I didn't buy any tools, but I did buy some materials. So we've got the 7/8 and a bit of 1-inch bright bar. Bit of 40mm 4140. Bit of 60mm by 125 long cast iron. And a bit of just over 115 diameter by 50mm long cast iron. Plus in my stash nice big chunk of 7000 series Kaiser aluminum from the USA. So some of these materials combined, I think we'll use them to form part of our plan of attack, our tool that we're going to make for Emma Ritson's tool making competition 2019. So you have to stay tuned and see how we progress with that. Catch ya. Well, just a quick one on lathe chucks. As I mentioned before, this chuck body here, this Chinese chuck, distorts very easily the way that I have it set up in the vise here. Here's a lathe chuck here. Now, this is a proper lathe chuck. This is a Taylor made in Birmingham, England. Now, these are the best lathe chucks you can buy, money can buy, if you can find one. They have the advantage of a scalloped jaw face. So you have all this extra support on your jaw, so your jaws don't bell mouth out as quickly as what they do with a standard type of lathe chuck. Yeah, as far as chucks go, you can't beat a Taylor chuck, if you can find one. Just an interesting point to mention about these Taylor chucks is the scroll. It's a bit of an unusual design, as they have a tapered, it's like a saucer shaped scroll down inside, and that matches the tapered face on the front. So when you look at your jaws, if you look at your standard jaws, standard inside, standard outside, it's flat along the back. There's the Taylor jaws, they're all cut back at an angle. What that does, provides terrific support as opposed to this style. So these jaws are really backed up by the chuck. Now, with the reverse jaws, if you've got your jaws, say, hanging halfway out the chuck, the Taylor design offers a lot more support than the standard conventional design chuck jaw. Plus, they also come with this other set of jaws here, which is a standard jaw for gripping on the OD. Plus, it has this other feature here, so you can grip rings, etc., pipes, grip on the IDF parts as well. So, and of course their standard jaw, which is just made for brute strength, fully supported. Hence these jaws, as I said before, they've been around longer than time, possibly even longer, and have never been ground. So they're due to be touched up now, because they do have wear in them. So as I said before, that this will be another up and coming project to give this chuck here a bit of a birthday. Well, g'day, Max here again. Well, we should call this episode the old barn shop. We're getting a bit of heavy iron shifted today. We had a crane and a truck yesterday drop my machines off, so we're just trying to get them in position in the old shed behind us. So we'll swing you around, take a look, see how we shift them. Okay, so the old lathe, Sue Lee there, we just jack her up and run it through on some timbers and pipe rollers. Then we have a strap and a come along and a post. So we'll drag a partial way in through the doorway, and then we'll reposition the chain over to the corner post in the shed there. We'll drag her over into the corner. Olga, the big Russian mill, we got her in yesterday. The same way, but she takes a lot more poles because she squashes them. So we jiggered her in a little bit at a time. And she's a big heavy one, this one, so takes a lot more work. While we're here at Olga, there's something I'll show you. It's a bit of a head turning episode. This is her brains. Get the key in the door. Yeah, that's what makes her function. My golly gosh. So she has a 15 horsepower motor on the rear for the main spindle, another small electric motor for the electric drawbar, and I think that's about a 5 horsepower motor for the overhead ram, which runs entirely separate. So these are the controls for the speeds for the overhead, and these are the controls for the main spindle. Yeah, I don't know if you can see. Yeah, I'll have to polish all these up. I've had her in storage for a long time at work, so we'll get her all cleaned up. Get the lathe in as well. Oh, they're the Swarf trays off the lathe, just on pull-out drawers, which is handy. Yeah, so it's like a miniature episode of Brian Block's barn shop. She needs a bit of work, but it'll do till the new shop's completed. So anyway, I better get on with it. Catch you later. No, you're right.
360 on the plate, last one coming in.